Yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late night Wrestlemania Smackdown, Smackdown, and Hall of Fame 2023, WWE Hall of Fame Class of 2023 review. Is there a need to be a review for the Hall of Fame? No, but let's talk about the Hall of Fame though. Overall, the Hall of Fame was definitely really good. I enjoyed the Hall of Fame a lot. I thought the Hall of Fame was really fun. Probably my favorite added tonight, everything, about the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame is really great. I just wish the Hall of Fame, like, in a perfect world, WrestleMania would be, WrestleMania would be one night, 4 hours. Saturday would be the Hall of Fame. Because I do think it's a lot, though. Like, Friday Night Smackdown, then the Hall of Fame, and then WrestleMania would be way better. This weekend is going to be really hectic. So, freaking legit, like, SmackDown was tonight, then it's, like, the Hall of Fame. For some fucking weirdos, there's ROH Super Card of Honor, or whatever. Then they have NXT tomorrow. Yes, NXT tomorrow. Again, like, really? Like, are they trying to make us tired and not... Come on. I don't know. So tomorrow is also NXT in the afternoon. And then it's WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. So I'm going to do a bunch of videos, obviously. I don't know how the schedule going to be. I wanted to do a bunch of videos, but I never had the time to. But definitely we will. But this will definitely be the start of let's say, an all-weekend Zubair Talk TV type of stuff, where there's going to be a bunch of videos I'm going to try to upload and do. So there you go. In regards of a live reaction for WrestleMania, I might do a live reaction with Night 1 and Night 2. Maybe. We'll see. But I might just want to enjoy WrestleMania, I was thinking I was going to do Night 2 reaction. I was going to reaction for Night 2 of WrestleMania, but my friends came over. But I mean, there's also like other YouTubers who are doing it. People I know, like Technical Work Rate Productions and shit. But shout out to them. But I'm sorry to hear about their channel in terms of like they can't really stream or do whatever. I hope they're back soon. Because, like, when I seen in terms of, like, people who are not smarky, I don't know if they're doing reactions, but I might do a live reaction myself, so we'll see. We'll see, as long as, like, after all, it is Ramadan time, so it's, like, hard to try to keep a good schedule. That's why I've been kind of lacking in terms of schedule, plus been demotivated, guys. But at the end of the day, it's WrestleMania weekend. We gotta do what we gotta do, alright? And, yeah. Anyways, grab your Coca-Colas, drink them magnificently, aspire to miss some bitches, go, oh shit, it's WrestleMania season, guys. That's what you should aspire to do. Invite some chicks over, get them a Coca-Cola and Styles glass, drink my niece, aspire to make some bitches go, oh shit, get a chick, fucking the big black couch, you know what I mean there? You can always do that, like, nice, if wrestling's good. I mean, this is basically, like, no matter what we're wrestling, like, if no one cares about wrestling, at least, like, with, like, modern wrestling, at least WrestleMania is basically like the Super Bowl. WrestleMania is a Super Bowl, and it's kind of like, at least they have people that people know on WrestleMania. Get a chick over, fuck her big black couch, Even though it's not going to be as good as old WrestleMania, you might as well watch an old WrestleMania. It's going to be good stuff, though, It's like the Super Bowl. Well, the problem is WrestleMania hasn't really been that great. That's the problem there. Anyways, grab the Coca-Cola, drink, man. Buy me some bits, go, oh shit, okay? Oh shit, cheers, motherfuckers. Alright, let's talk about WrestleMania. Hectic weekend, indeed. Hectic weekend. Let's see if did I even do a live reaction / predictions? Let me see. Let me see if I did. I want to fucking see it, like, before I start. But yeah, I will start. Hold on a second. Oh, I did. Oh, okay, I did. I did a, yeah. Okay, so I did do it like a live. All right. Okay, so let's talk about. So yeah, let's talk about SmackDown first, because that's like chronologically before, right? So SmackDown happened. The show started with the Usos and Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. let's talk about it. Okay, hold on a second. Yeah, this was a hefty weekend. Okay, so the show started with the Usos, and I tuned in 5 minutes after the show started. So, yeah, oh yeah, Rampage was on too. Isn't that funny? ROH is on, when it's owned by Tony Khan, it's on during AEW Dynamite. What does that fucking tell you? Or AEW Rampage. What does that tell you about their care for AEW Rampage? What does that fucking tell you, huh? That they don't give a shit that they're doing it, like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Nobody's gonna fucking even give a shit about stupid ROH. Like, come on. This is Smackdown. This is WrestleMania time, man. Come on. What sense does it? And it's Hall of Fame. Like, come on. If you're, you know. Do I even need to talk about Rampage? I don't think I'm moving on. I'm not talking about Rampage tonight. Fuck Rampage. I don't even know what the fuck's going on. Fuck that. The Usos kick off the show. They hype up the match as the biggest tag team match of all time. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens quickly interrupt with a big pop. Sami says that the Usos are right about being 1 night away from the biggest tag team match in history. So confirming this is night 1 match. We don't know if this is going to be the main event, which it should be. So hopefully it will be the main event because no one gives a shit about fucking Charlotte versus Rhea. I'm sorry. It's all political reasons. Fuck that, okay? Like, give me a fucking break with that shit. Like, seriously. Like, no. Should not be. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. Tired. But yeah, the Usos and Sami Zayn Owens comes out and shit. Sorry about this. Trying to find something. Oh my god, hurry up. Sorry about this. Trying to see something, honestly. Okay. Got it. Alright. So, yeah, I just lost my train of thought. I lost, like, what I was, like, trying to read. So, yeah, the Uso, Sami Zayn, blah, blah, blah. That happened. Oh, please tell me I did not lose this. Technical difficulties. So, yeah, Owens actually conflicted about what he has to do tomorrow night because the Usos were the first one to make him feel welcome in WWE. His son played with them backstage, and Owens looked up to them until they started seeing their cousins bidding, and he lost all respects. Owens talked about how he tried to end his career at the Royal Rumble. And until Sami stepped in. Part of him didn't want to do what he has to do tomorrow, but part of him does. And it's not paranoia, as he and Sami are taking those titles. Jimmy talks about how their blood. Sami anticipates that blood isn't the only thing that makes you family. Loyalty makes you family. And Jay asks what Sami knows about loyalty. Sami says he was loyal to them the whole time, and they were the ones who chose blood over loyalty. They chose Roman Reigns because he's blood, and he was never loyal to them either, especially to Jay. I kind of wish, like, in this circumstance, like, yeah, like, Sami should have mentioned, like, did you guys remember what happened when Roman was facing both of them? Like, when he faced freaking Jey Uso, you know, during their feud, like, main event Jey Uso. And not just that, like, what did Roman did to keep the title against Jey Uso, making fucking, like, basically putting Jimmy in a submission hold in the Hell in a Cell match they had, right? Which, you know, that should have been mentioned. You know? I think. But I did like how they mentioned how, let's see who's loyal. Like, what's gonna happen? Oh, we're gonna win, but then, and then Kevin like turned his back on you. I like they mentioned that, so that's kind of good, you know. So more development to care about this feud. This is why like this should be the main event night one in my honest opinion. If you're gonna have a main event, this is one of the main event possibilities, you know. Definitely more than Charlotte and Rhea Ripley. Same Tippity House says blood isn't the only. Yeah, okay, we said that. Sammy says the weight of the bloodline has always been on the Usos, and he's going to do more and more favor for them to put them over their misery, take those titles. Then the Usos can go back to being just themselves, who everyone in the crowd and in the back loves. Jay says no, it's not that. That's not it. It's always going to be the same as always. Sammy and Owens will lose the big match, and Owens will stab Sammy in the back. Meanwhile, the Usos are keep doing what they're doing, being the greatest tag team of all time. This was a good opener. This was really a good opener, honestly. It kind of advances more of their feud. I like how Owens mentions, like, kind of making this more personal and shit like that. Legit, a lot personal. I like how that's, like, establishing more of that scenario. I even think, like, a good contract signing, like, with this sort of scenario would have been nice to mention. I just wish they mentioned more about the whole Roman keeping, like, what he did to the Usos, like... Sammy should have mentioned, like, Hell in the Cell, like, did you guys, to keep, like, the dissension going, you know, like, to make them more conflict. And they did show that a little bit with Jay also, you know, so I'm liking, though, the build. I am thinking, like, yeah, I'm looking forward to the match more as I go, so there you go, you know. So, I give them credit with that. Ricochet defeated Chad Gable, Montez Ford, and Eric in a Fatal 4-Way match for some reason. I don't know why they did this match. Like, oh, getting one team from each group or each tag team are competing one-on-one are in a Fatal 4-Way for what? Like, for what? What was the reason? Well, like, if you're doing this, like, if they're doing, here's the thing that make sense. Like, why would they? They basically gave the match in a Fatal 4-Way type of style. So why should we give a fuck? Oh, because it's like competitive. Well, no, I don't give a fuck. There should be a reason. If you're gonna do this type of shit, like, why then do the match tomorrow, honestly? This is the type of shit why I hate about WWE or hate wrestling in general. They basically gave away the matches like this in the stupidest ways. Like, you're basically doing just kind of like a half of what we're gonna see tomorrow. You know, like, why should we care, really? Especially where there's, like, it's not like you earn a stipulation. Like, what I think, if you're going to do this type of match, what I would say is that they should have basically, like, the winner representing their teams get a stipulation. They make a stipulation for their match tomorrow. And, like, tomorrow is obviously the number one contendership for whatever type, like, for the tag team titles, right? But it's like they choose the stipulation, the winner of this match. Like, for example, you could have fucking done this where Ricochet won. He could have maybe made, like, this match could have even been itself be a ladder match. You know what I mean? I don't get why this match, like, was not, like, you know, you couldn't establish that. Like, you couldn't do, like, a sort of stipulation where the winner chooses the stipulation for the match tomorrow. Basically make it more intriguing than just, oh, it's going to be a regular tag match tomorrow if you're going to do a Fatal 4-Way like this. Like, that's what I would do. But it looks like, you know, they basically gave the match already for free. You know, I was like, come on. Whatever. The second match, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Again, I'm more of an idea, like, again, like, they said, you know, oh, they even themselves as, like, you know, Bobby Lashley is angry for not being at WrestleMania. So you're basically acknowledging that this is not even WrestleMania. This is, oh, but it's WrestleMania Smackdown. Yeah, why are you doing this in the first place then? Like, if this is not WrestleMania, why are you still doing this fucking match? But yeah, so they're doing this Battle Royal, like, again, the point of Battle Royals, like, I don't mind them doing this at WrestleMania. Like, why couldn't they do this at WrestleMania? Instead of the whole men's or women's showcase fucking tag matches or whatever. I mean, you can still do that and, you know, like I said, do it for, the winner gets a tag title shot. You know, if they're gonna do what they did tonight with the you know, each participant of each team fucking fighting, like that earns like a stipulation of what they want. You know, I think that's what should happen. It makes the WrestleMania a bit more exciting. The Andre Battle Royal, I do think, like, why not? Why couldn't they do the Battle Royal, but instead, like, to make people care about the Battle Royal this time? Like, I understand, like, why people complain about the Battle Royal. Again, it is a way to get people at WrestleMania, which has, like, always been the case. But, like, the winner gets a shot. Like, why couldn't they do that? Like, why couldn't... Is it that hard to do a Battle Royal where the stipulation is you get a title shot if you know... compete at the Battle Royal and win? Like, is it that hard to do something like that? Like, do I call your shot Battle Royal? The winner gets to have a title shot anytime they want or whatever, you know? That's how I would do it. It could be basically like a sort of Money in the Bank type of stipulation instead of having the Money in the Bank, you know? That's what I would do. Or, I don't know, just a scenario where they have to announce that, oh, I want this title match, whatever, you know? It could be whatever, just as a title match to give it a little purpose, a little stake, you know? LA Knight was kind of over in this match in a way with the fans, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, Bronson Reed, I thought Bronson Reed was going to win because of the smart, you know, Triple H and his smartiness, but Bobby Lashley did win, so I'm happy that Bobby Lashley won. It just sucks that Bobby Lashley's not at WrestleMania. It's just like, all that fucking, you know, potential, like, I was even thinking, would they probably do a surprise where Bray Wyatt shows up or whatever to cost them the match, but no. But yeah, I'm happy that, I guess, like, compared to everybody, is it a little bit predictable? Not necessarily. I mean, it is predictable, but it's like, who's better to win the Battle Royal, to be honest with you, you know? So I don't mind him winning. It's just like, this should have just been at WrestleMania. And maybe, like, with this way, Bobby Lashley wins a number contendership and competes for a future title match whenever he wants. That could have been what I would do, you know? So, whatever. That could have even been, like, you know, maybe heck, like, you know, he wins the Battle Royal, he challenges Roman Reigns after Mania, which I would do, like, you know, all that kind of shit. The Fatal 4 match, again with the women, Raquel Rodriguez defeats Nanny Neifart, Shayna Baszler, and Sonya Dykeville. Didn't really care about the match, too. You know, same scenario, like, the winner, she's like, oh, yeah, you know, pick a stipulation for their #1 contendership match, you know. This is just basically giving the easy, like, you basically gave away the match, kind of, you know. Like, in my opinion, then, like, if you're going to do a stipulation, like, I would do, like, you know, stipulation. Like, you could do the men, they have a ladder match. Like, fucking Ricochet makes a ladder match with their match. And, like, the Raquel Rodriguez, because Liv Morgan wants to be extreme. You could basically make, like, an Extreme Rules type of match. I don't fucking know. And, like, yeah, there you go. Or, I mean, in my opinion, it would be bra and panties, you know? Actually, no, fuck it, bra and panties, fuck. Because that's how Liv Morgan should be. Should be extreme bra and panties, you know? Because, I mean, apparently, because she loves to be, like, sex positive and shit. Like, come on. What the fuck? Then, backstage, we see Rey Mysterio with Legado de Fantasma. He says he thanks them for having his back last week. Santos Escobar says the least they can do. And Santos says Legado de Fantasma will take care of the Judgment Day if they decide to interfere WrestleMania. Rey says yes. Well, we got to do it in style. He presents them with the t-shirts and reveals that the LWO. So this is my favorite thing of the show tonight, by the way. This is my favorite thing. That they are that we gotta do in style, and they said that we are the LWO. I was like, is this gonna be LWO? I actually like, holy shit, this was cool. I think this would be good. Why not make them the new LWO? They're all in a faction. I think that, why not have Mysterio become like more of like, in a way, like leading them, but like he leads them to being like future stars, like. And they'll take over once he retires and somewhat, maybe, you know? But yeah, definitely. I like this. I like this. I like that they're becoming a team. I think this is what they should do. So, this is my favorite part of the show, honestly. Obviously, because this is like also relating to the Hall of Fame. LWO. I love it. I love it. I love it. This was my favorite part of the show. This was definitely really cool. It was really cool, I have to say. Latino World Order, I love it. McIntyre and Sheamus defeat Luger Kaiser and Gina Von Vinci, and can they coexist tag match type of deal, And in the main, so there's not much a build on this. There's not much on this show. It's like more building towards WrestleMania with video packages and shit like that, which I don't mind. It's just I wish sure there's more build. Like, the people were there and shit like that. I would have wished that even more. There's a bunch of video packages. I think, for example, Charlotte and Rhea Ripley were, had a video package. And even, Bianca and Asuka and all that type of shit. A whole bunch of fucking video packages. Then in the main event, we had... Well, the main event segment... Then in the main event segment, we had Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, he comes out to the pop and everyone asks him what they want to talk about with just that stupid gay force bullshit. Cody says this is the end of the road. The principal, precipice of the biggest event in sports entertainment history. I don't know. I guess they misspelled the person who wrote this misspelled. Basically said this. This is the biggest event in sports entertainment history. WrestleMania is here. And on this ride, we all shot. Cole mentioned he wanted to be an actor. This is all first circle. What? So he wanted. So basically, Mace saying that Cody just wanted to be famous. He didn't really care about being a wrestler. What the fuck. He says on this ride, we all sat shotguns with him. We all seen him with his cards on the table. No ace left in the hole. He got here this week and the media started. You think that scheduling your workouts and planning your nutrition, no stone unturned, so he can tell us the most prepared he's ever been. But in the spirit of transparency, right now he feels wildly unprepared, so he can talk about anything. Cody raps some California Love by Tupac and stopped because it's too much for Fox. So basically he was saying, we live in the Wild Wild West. So he's basically talking about California Love, which is kind of... I will admit that was kind of okay, But it's whatever. He said fans can look it up. He could talk about his gratitude and not welcoming him back, to letting his audience come with him, for letting him be emotional and projecting poise, and usually that means something is broken inside and maybe the own medicine for him to defeating Roman Reigns. Cody says he's not just Dusty's son, not that, get Dusty, I'm not just Dusty and son, I'm not Dashing, I'm not Dust, but the next successor of Roman Reigns, the next head of the table, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, the next undisputed WWE Universal Champion. This Sunday, he will finish Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman, and he will finish his, and then he was about to say finish his story. Then Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman comes out. Roman calls on Los Angeles, but then stops and says he doesn't care about any of the fans. And he turns to Cody, he says, it's not the fans' turn tonight, it's Cody's turn. Roman tells Cody to acknowledge him, and he drops the mic, and he only raises the WWE title. The fucking... WWE title, not the Universal type title, and he only raises that up. Here's the problem with this, and I'm kind of worried this might be the scenario. First of all, I'm hoping that Roman just doesn't lose to Cody. I just don't think, in general, Reigns should lose to Cody. But if you're gonna have Cody beat Roman, only having him beat the WWE Championship, first of all, that kind of ruins the whole idea, in a way, of the person being Roman. First of all, I think the title should be unified, okay? No matter what, they should not split the title in some stupid gay fashion. No, okay? The title should be completely unified, and whoever pins Reigns should win both titles or fucking one unified world championship. That's it, okay? But first of all, I don't think Cody should beat him at all, okay? I do agree. I will say this. If I have to agree, I will say this. I have gained a little respect for JD from NY. I'm not saying I think he's... No, but I think as more I do watch him, because he does get recommended by me, I do agree with things he said. And I completely agree that Cody should not beat Roman at WrestleMania. Absolutely not. He should not. because he hasn't struggled enough. I don't think Cody should ever beat Roman, ever. But, like, in general, I don't even think in myself, yeah, like, first of all, this feud, let's be honest here, is not that intriguing for making me wanting fucking Roman to lose to Cody. And it's not as intriguing as a main event to me, anyways. I don't even think this is a big main event compared to even the fucking Usos and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, in all honesty. I think Roman and Cody are really as big step down from last year with Roman and Lesnar. Even though the match was a bit disappointing, at least you care about it because, you know, the backstory and whatever, you know? And because they're big stars. Cody Rhodes, I'm sorry, to me, he's not a star that people pretend... Only smarks pretend to like him. He's a draw when he's not a draw. They're saying that because, you know, why not? You know, no, he's not. Cody Rhodes is not a draw. He's not that entertaining. I'm sorry, he's not. He's just at a time where... He's at the position where, at the time, that we supposed to like him because he's the guy that they're pushing him. That's it. Okay? I don't think he's, like, naturally a great baby face. And he's just an example that if you have him do beat Roman at WrestleMania, it's going to be the scenario where he gets it back turned by the smarks. It's going to happen. They turned on him in AEW. Why makes you think they're not going to do it to him? When literally the guy has kind of been shoved. He didn't really establish, like, what is really the story with Roman Reigns besides Dusty? Like, why does Cody hate Roman? You know? It's not like he did anything to make him hate. Like, what should happen, like, the story should be that maybe, first of all, if you want to talk about, for Cody Rhodes, it made no sense him winning number 30 in the Rumble when he was announced. Like, if he was a surprise, then maybe, you know? If you're going to, the struggle, if you're going to talk about struggle, the struggle should be the hatred for Roman. Sure, you can establish that, you know, Cody respects Roman, they respect each other, whatever. But, like, you should establish, like, more hatred. Maybe, like, why not have Roman actually beating up Cody? Why, like, and then that would make this show, oh, he showed, like, it that way, like, maybe, maybe Cody could win, and should win, because, you know, you're building up, like, you know, oh, like, the guy, you know, he's getting beat up by Roman, like, why not, like, tonight, even? What should have happened? Fuck it. Why not tonight? You do some sort of way, you have fucking Roman beat the shit out of Cody. Why not? Have him beat the shit out of Cody. You know? And then you can even have the Usos coming out, and then the Bloodline members, and then that leads to, like, going into WrestleMania. Why not? Why not some big brawl? But, like, they should do, like, Roman should have done something to generate some heat, like, you know, try to weaken him up. It's like, could Cody win and shit, you know? Oh, wow. He's injured down to the point where he can't beat him. Oh, wow, he pulls out some surprising factor that he does beat him. It's not that hard. Try to show a little struggle, you know? But it's not like they have shown enough. I'm sorry. And plus, I don't think, like, come on. Roman Reigns, in my opinion, should not lose to Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is not that big a star. Do I think Cody could be a future WWE champion? In my opinion, in a perfect world, no. I do think Cody is a bit, like, growing to be better than he was. But it's like he still is not that great, and I'm not a big fan of Cody Rhodes. I'm not. I'm just not, okay? I've never was like a big Cody Rhodes fan. I'm just not. Who should be Roman? Obviously, that's up to discussion. You know, you could say, oh, why not have maybe Cody beat him at SummerSlam? First of all, in the perfect world, I don't want him to be the guy to beat Cody. I think the person who should beat Roman Reigns, I mean, if you're going to give Cody the title, it should be at a time when Roman's not around to be champion and not when a legend is, like, champion. Who should beat Roman? Again, in my opinion, I wouldn't mind even, like, a fucking, like, even, you know, guys like Edge, you know, could beat Roman, in my opinion. I wouldn't even mind, in this case, maybe Randy Orton. Based on what happened last year at Roman, that you could establish a story where Orton got injured, that could be another good scenario. Maybe Orton beats him. Bobby Lashley, fucking Braun Breaker. You know, an actual up-and-coming star who's going to be the future. Braun Breaker, why not? You know, build him up good, make him like the next Lesnar. I would even say Gable Stevenson, or Stevenson, if the guy was not busy with college. Because again, he's an Olympic gold medalist. The guy's a great athlete. The guy, if you establish him, could be something, but I don't know. But that's the problem when you have no stars. That's the problem. There's nobody legit that's good. And even if you have Cody, he's not like this legit star I think that should be Roman. But that's the problem. There's nobody legit on the show. Well, you have to, in my opinion, heck, even maybe one of the Bloodline members. You could even do some scenario with maybe one of the Bloodline members, like Jimmy or Jay. Because that could make them main eventers. And fuck it, I don't know. in the end of the day, I don't think Cody, man. Cody's not the guy. He's just not. He's just not, because the story has not been enticing where I would want to see Cody beat Roman. I just don't. The story for WrestleMania 38 was way better, you know, with Lesnar and Brock and with the Paul Heyman involved. WrestleMania 37 was more better. Edge's like fucking build to try to win back the title. He never lost, having his issues with Reigns and Daniel Bryan getting involved. That's way better, honesty. You know, fucking even other scenarios, like even with Sami Zayn. Well, Sami Zayn versus Roman, like, obviously it's perfect for what it was back in Elimination Chamber. But damn it, like maybe like with that build, like I would believe it. Sure, maybe Sami could have been the guy, but it's not the case anymore. So, in my honest opinion, nah, Cody should not be beating Roman. It's just not. It's just he's not the guy. I'm sorry. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. You're just fucking. You're a disgrace of your father's legacy, fucking kissing black dudes or kissing gay guys like Kenny Omega and shit like that, and marrying black people when your father's the biggest racist of them all. He's probably disappointed. You know what I mean? Whatever. And you're Dusty again. The only thing is like, oh, my father, Dusty Rhodes, and then what's gonna happen when he wins a title? I did it for my dad. I did it for him. Come on. But yeah, that's how the show ends. It just ends with Cody Rhodes, acknowledge me. Like, okay, it's simple, but it should have been something. You know, hey, why not? Like, why not have something where Paul Heyman just does something and Roman beat the shit out of him? It's like, oh, will he even be credible to beat Roman and shit? Like, the little struggle, you know? Like, little shit like that could have helped. I don't know. And you could have established, like, the reason why he hates Cody so much, because he kept getting involved with the bloodline, you know, him being friends with Sammy and Kevin Owens and shit, you know? Whatever. But anyways, that was okay. Overall, the Smackdown was not the worst Smackdown. It just, not a lot happened. It just, you look forward to, and what I looked forward to, obviously, was, you know, was the Hall of Fames. So the show was whatever, you know? It was whatever show. Just main thing was the Hall of Fame, so overall the show was whatever. Wasn't the worst show, but wasn't good at all. It was not a good show. Pretty boring most part, honestly. Now let's talk about the Hall of Fame. I don't know if I really should do really a review, but you know, yeah. First of all, Kathy Kelly looks fucking beautiful. She's a beautiful woman. Hey, what's going on, Kathy? Come, you're invited to my big black couch, you know. So is fucking Stacy Keebler. Okay, so we had a bunch, you know, legends like backstage or interviewing them, you know, all that kind of stuff. They started with Stacy Keebler. Stacy Keebler looks amazing still to this day. So is Tori Wilson. I'm telling you, these fucking women look more attractive than these fucking disgusting she-beasts. And by the way, so I was surprised that WWE did what they did with their video package. They're mentioning the legs, they're mentioning all that kind of stuff. You know, they're mentioning her hotness. Which I'm surprised that they're doing that in, you know, in current WWE when they have this stupid agenda. Women's wrestling bullshit, you know what I mean? Like, I'm surprised they're doing that. Yeah, you know, it's just like, wow, you are acknowledging that, you know, I'm surprised about it. Like, but can you not make, is it hard? Like, come on, Stacey Keebler got a better reaction than a lot of women in current WWE. Like, can we not see hot women do hot shit again? Who cares? And people say, why is she in the Hall of Fame? Who fucking cares? Why not? Why not have her in the Hall of Fame? Stacey Keebler, for her entertainment value, and people say, what did she do? She was entertaining. Her entertainment value and her popularity is the reason why she should be in the Hall of Fame, okay? It's not always about how many good matches you did. First of all, her matches, if anything, were more 5 stars than some stupid fucking women's revolution agenda bullshit with some feminazi crap about Charlotte versus Sasha Banks. I'd rather see those matches because they were entertaining and those were with hot women than disgusting She-Hulks having some fucking moaning sounds with each other, okay? Mick Foley and Tori Wilson was inducting Stacey Keebler. They had, like, you know, they basically mentioned He mentioned some good things. I guess there was not much like anything to really talk about. Like, you know, again, Mick Foley mentioned how, you know, like good buddies and shit like that, and how they mentioned like how like, oh, there was like a hockey game during, or no, like I don't know, some game, and then like, oh, it was like a movie moment together with two friends uniting together and shit like that. And like how that was like poetic, and how like Mick Foley and Stacy Keibler was like close together. Even Tori Wilson mentioned how they were close, like how they're fans of her and shit like that, all kind of stuff. Then, you know, Stacy Keibler comes out. She's fucking beautiful. God bless her. God bless these women. I'm sure to God, these are better women. Like, I don't give a fuck, man. The women are way better than they were today, man. Those were the days. I don't give a shit that it's the gritty bra and panties matches. Because no one fucking cares about women's goddamn wrestling. You're just a cuck or a faggot to pretend you care about women's goddamn wrestling. Like, why can't we have both? Why can't we have both? If you want to see women, like, that was the beauty of Ruthless Aggression Era. I think the Ruthless Aggression Era was a perfect time of women's wrestling, even when you had the time to showcase women wrestling. But also fucking the hotness. That was, to me, the good times, man, with women's wrestling. Why we gotta have fucking... I'm sorry, you know, fuck that. Stacy Keibler says how, you know, she was like, all her life she loved wrestling, you know, how she, you know, was an entertainer, dancer, and all that kind of stuff, but it was like her WWE was really the most fun she had too, being an ambassador and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, she thanked, like Finley, I think, for training her, like teaching this entertainer how to wrestle and all that kind of stuff. She has kids now, which is, like, you know, good for her. A lucky guy who she married. You know, it's just the usual, you know, thanking people, talking a little bit of her story. You know, it's good. Why not have her in the Hall of Fame? She's one of the most popular women. You know, like or not, all these women were trailblazers to help these women to where they are today. Like or not. So that's why not honor these women? Why you gotta look down because they did bra and panty matches and shit? And you think it's degrading because you're a bunch of feminists and shit. Like, who fucking cares? Come on. This is what people cared about when wrestling was good, man. Who fucking cares about fucking these She-Hulks and shit? Then Andy Kaufman gets inducted in the Hall of Fame. Jerry Lawler was introducing Andy Kaufman pre-tape because he's like recovering from his heart attack, which is a darn shame. But then and his family was happy. It's good, you know, to see Andy Kaufman, you know, being inducted because again he did help with the popularity of wrestling at the time. So it's good to see that, you know. And it sucks like, you know, the guy is gone. And it's definitely really cool, like, or cool but kind of weird. Not weird, but it's like definitely, you know, this Hall of Fame was definitely like kind of was definitely interesting because they inducted two people who unfortunately passed away, and you know, it was like what can you do, you know? But it's like it was intriguing in that some sense, like, you know. Ric Flair comes out to induct a Great Muta. Ric Flair was, it felt like, what, was he inducting himself? You know? But Ric Flair, man, he was good, yo. Like, Ric Flair, I guess, like, his speech was longer than Great Muta, which is understandable, but Ric Flair told some great stories, you know? Which is like, man, if Ric Flair had like a podcast and shit, man, like, he would be having great stories. The guy is actually good stories. Even if it's shit you don't really care about, like, you don't really care about much of, like, you don't know much about the 80s or 70s, the guy can tell a story, man, a good wrestling story. And he was talking about, you know, Japan, how Japan is tough people, and one of the tough wrestlers was the Great Muta, you know, all that kind of stuff. Mentioned all these type of different wrestlers, how Japanese people, like, you know, great shoes, like, hey, I'm a entertainer. Woo! I'm an entertainer. I'm more entertainer when I'm a man than I'm a woman. Woo! That's like how he is. He kept mentioning Oscar. You know, Oscar's just, I don't know, like maybe, woo! Oscar, where are you? Come to Uncle Nat, boy, Uncle Rick. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit, you wanted some Oscar? Damn, you're not ready, bro. But Ric Flair was fucking great, man. He, you know, told great stories, you know, about, like, you know, how, like, just talking, you know. But it's like, you know, obviously there can't go much about Great Muta because the guy can't speak much English, and we don't know much about him besides him in WCW and shit. So, you know, but whatever. They mentioned, you know. But yeah, Great Muta comes out. He comes out looking the way he does, you know, his face paint, his hair. It was cool to see that. And also, it was definitely really fun, really beautiful, a beautiful moment that he said, even, you know, like, even despite, you know, the language barrier, Great Muta, when his son was, like, taking care of him, he treated him like one of his own, so that was kind of cool. Like, they kind of established that good relationship, how it's kind of, like, fitting that Ric Flair was inducting him, so it was cool. Obviously, we got the language barrier issue where Muta was trying to try to talk, but, you know, he said thank you. It was short, you know. It's like, you make me think, like, why should he be in the Hall of Fame? He's now, like, you know, legit. I mean, but they inducted people from WCW themselves, so it's not a problem. After all, he is a legend, like, in terms of Japanese legends, sure, why not? Because, you know, he faced Ric Flair, he faced Hulk Hogan and shit. It's like, and, you know, he innovated many moves that people use and shit, so it's like, okay, no problem. You know, especially since the guy retired, it's like, why not? Give it a little respect, you know, give it a little bit of love. I will say I love Great Muta now because he fucking says, you know, Nakamura, maybe that fag. I thank you. I love that he fucking called Nakamura a fag for kissing, because that's what he did. Nakamura legit killed. Fuck, what's wrong with you? But that was good, man. That was good to see that. So, yeah, it's great seeing Great Muta getting inducted. So, good stuff. Great, you know, Ric Flair stuff. You know, you can't go wrong with Ric Flair, man. I love Ric Flair. Really cool. Then the APA inducted Tim White in the Hall of Fame. It's great to see. They announced Tim White being in the Hall of Fame during the bump or whatever. He was like the last-minute induction. That's the problem with the Hall of Fame. Like, they really waited this long to induct these people or announce. Like, they should have announced it way better. But regardless, I still think it was an enjoyable Hall of Fame, you know, right? Because it's just great seeing these legends getting honored and shit. It's like, it's amazing. It's a wholesome feeling. So Tim White gets inducted. He's the Warrior Award winner. And again, I'm happy that the Warrior Award is used to be something. Obviously, sure, it's great to be like a charity type of thing, but like the original meaning of the Warrior Award was to honor people who are behind the scenes, and the guy behind the scenes is Tim White. So it's great to see Tim White getting inducted. He's like the first referee to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. So it's a sorry shame that the guy passed away though. So rest in peace, Tim White. Tim White, the APA. They mentioned how like Tim White, he work behind the scenes, not just being a commentator. I would have liked it if even like Edge could help induct, because I remember seeing Edge when he wrote, like, when he found out that Tim White passed away, like, how Tim White basically helped take care of him, like, in honor of his mother, so, you know. But I liked, like, you know, like, Edge, even, there was, like, a video package with Edge involved, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, like, the NPA inducted him. They mentioned how, you know, his own bar was part of various backstage segments for WWE and all that kind of shit, how he's a backstage agent and he's a great man. I believe it. It's just a darn shame the guy passed away, and rest in peace, Tim White. You know, God bless him. You know, it would have been great to meet the guy in real life, obviously. The guy seemed like a great guy, and, you know, he showed it, you know. What a great entertaining referee. One of the, along with Earl Hebner, Mike Chioda, all these fucking well-known referees, you know. He's one of the most notable referees that you will remember, and because, you know, he was part of this story, you know, it's good. He's he's missed, you know. And I'm happy that they're honoring him. Definitely, I would love it if they could induct the Earl Hebner. I mean, they can't induct the brother, but hopefully Earl Hebner will be inducted in the Hall of Fame along with his brother, the Hebner brothers, you know, in the Hall of Fame hopefully next year. I think that's what should happen. Why not give them a Warrior Award? You know, why not, you know? But yeah, the family was there, you know. JBL did say that one of the brothers of Tim White looked like, and I believe it, he did look like the fucking brother. Like, holy shit, you know? He did. So it was great, you know? It was great to see that. I loved it. You know, and it was great to honor them. You know, it's not too long, but, you know, it's great to induct them. And the main event, well, the headline, I would say, Conan, man, Conan. Yeah, I like Conan. I like that Conan is affiliated with Vince Russo and Disco Inferno, man. Conan fucking rules, yo. I like that he's like, Conan is, I'm telling you, and I'm happy the guy is good buddies with Vince Russo and with Disco Inferno, because the guy knows himself of good wrestling, you know. The guy is great. And Conan did a hell of a speech. I hope Conan should be in the Hall of Fame. I would love it to see maybe next year, now Rey Mysterio inducts Conan in the Hall of Fame. I want to see that. I want to see Conan be inducted in the Hall of Fame now. Conan delivered a great introduction speech for Rey Mysterio. Like, I loved it. Like, just talking about the story of helping Rey Mysterio get into business, helping get in WCW, helping yo Ray, you know, they laughing at you, you know, you look like a kid and shit, man. We gotta prove them wrong. You know? He even fucking cracked the joke, like, mentioning in storyline-wise about Dominic, like, hey, if Rey wasn't such a good father, I would have adopted Dom. And, you know, that was funny. You know, I gotta give credit to Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio really kept character, man. Good stuff. Like, Dominic kept good character. For, you know, because, again, keeping kayfabe, which is, like, hell of a work, man. And it's like, Dominic Mysterio, man, is coming to his own. Heck, you want to talk about who should beat John Cena? You know, if he wins the U.S. title, should be Dominic. Fuck it, why not? Dominic Mysterio could be one of the people. So I do think John Cena should win, you know. But yeah, Dominic, man, Dominic Mysterio is coming to his own a lot. I like that what they're doing. Definitely keeping character and shit. But yeah, Conan, what a great guy, man. The guy was just talking about Rey Mysterio, his life, how meeting him, and how, you know, basically they knew each other when they were like young and, you know, they came up the ranks, but he was basically talking about how, you know, how he helped Rey, and then, you know, he put his trust in Rey, that he knows he's the best luchador, and I love that, you know, I love they were honoring the Mexican tradition. Again, I'm not Mexican, but I love that, you know, calling like "a la raza," you know, he's talking about, oh, you know, Mexican references, you know, how Rey Mysterio became a hero for Mexicans and the luchadors and people like you don't need to be big and whatever. Like he mentioned all that. And it's like, it's amazing, you know. And the guy, Conan cut a good promo, bro. It was great. Conan cut a great speech. It just makes me wish that definitely I would love to see Conan in the Hall of Fame. Conan, hopefully he'll be in the Hall of Fame in the future. Like, good stuff, man. I'm telling you. Conan delivered a hell of an induction speech. One of the best induction speeches to a wrestler who's going into the Hall of Fame. One of the best inductors. I loved it. I love it. Conan fucking did great. Conan just... I loved his speech, man. The guy, I just wish that this guy was more in WWE, man. I just wish he was like in WWE being who he was. It was like more affiliated with WCW, you know. It's just like, I don't know why they never gave him a chance to be in WWE. Like, the guy could cut a promo, you know. The guy could be a good promo talker. The guy could be something. But, you know, God bless Conan. The guy helped Mysterio. The guy helped people. And, you know, the guy fucking made you believe. The guy made you love. Like, you know, it is great. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not watch Conan growing up as like him wrestling. Because, again, he was not in WWE. You know, I was young when I got into wrestling. You know, that kind of shit. But then I did rewatch some stuff. I mean, I did saw him when he was in TNA. You know, when he was in TNA. And he did good in TNA. I liked him, you know. But definitely, I loved him even more when, you know, him being behind the scenes, you know, being part of the brand with Vince Russo, Disco Inferno, and that kind of stuff. You know, I love Conan. I think God blessed Conan for being part of this, and yeah, helping Rey Mysterio. And I love his speech. I want to see him in the Hall of Fame. I would like to hear more from him. I want to hear more from this guy. I want to hear his story. I want to know more. The guy is great. I like Conan, man. Conan is What a great induction speech. Like, inducting Tim, like, hell yeah. That itself could earn him to be in the induction of a Hall of Fame. Like, right there, the same class, hell yeah. But yeah, like, it was really cool. Like, him mentioned the story about Rey, you know. Because it was about Rey, you know. Even though, like, Ric Flair was kind of more about Rick. But this was definitely about Rey, and I loved it, you know. It's like how Rey Mysterio was basically like a great representation of luchador wrestling and, you know, Mexicans and people who are not the tallest, all that kind of stuff. Like, bodybuilders. You know, how he mentioned talking about Kevin Nash and all that kind of stuff, you know, backstage, like Eric Bischoff, all that. So, it was cool. And then we get Rey Mysterio. I got the vibe, like, last year I got the vibe of when The Undertaker got inducted into Hall of Fame. And now, like, this one, with, you know, I'm starting to definitely embrace the idea of how they do the Hall of Fame now, how they have the ring. Which is kind of cool, you know, it's kind of cool now. Like, honestly, fuck it, you know. Keep it in the ring and, you know, it's alright. So, I'm liking it. I used to be all about tradition. Why not have them on the stage? But honestly, why not? It's cool. But yeah, Rey Mysterio, man. He's in the Hall of Fame. Well-deserved. Had a good speech. Before the speech, when Dominic had to walk out, I think, you know, they're keeping kayfabe. The Judgment Day walked out along with Dominic. It must have sucked. Because you know damn well in real life, obviously Dominic, you know, he loved his father. But this is just a story. But, like, it sucks because, you know, you could say, oh, why you got turned as a storyline? But, like, this is still, you know, a TV show. So, I feel bad at the same time for Dominic. Because, you know, Dominic, like, you could tell maybe he wants to, like, he actually, like, wants to, like, be there, you know, but, like, he couldn't see because they're keeping kayfabe. I would like to even, like, if, like, maybe if they're keeping kayfabe, like, I wish, like, Rey Mysterio even thank Dominic, you know, but, like, oh, but then I'll hand, you know, he could go back to kayfabe, but I'll still beat your ass tomorrow or whatever. So I guess the match is happening on Saturday, I'm guessing, but yeah, freaking Rey Mysterio had a good induction speech. Really did. If anything, this speech makes you care about his wife. Though him talking about his wife was amazing. It's like a true love story. One of the great love stories I heard. You know. It's back when the times when love was great. You know. That's like, wow, that's true love right there. What an amazing wife. You know, like. He mentioned how his wife, you know, like, he helped him, like, you know, get, like, for wrestling school, but not just that, like, you know, Conan even mentioned, like, you know, he was, Rey Mysterio was conflicted of leaving Tijuana, whatever, like, you know, Mexico, but, like, he said, like, if you love it, it'll come back to you, and then he mentioned how that was my wife, and now it's my wife, and it's like, wow, his wife fucking is a trooper, man, like, God bless his wife. Like, people are chanting, thank you, Angie. It's like, God bless, you know? And it's like, wow, that's amazing. What, like, you know, it goes back to the whole saying, a successful man is backed by his woman. And, you know, a best man is backed by his woman. And that's, like, one of those stories. Rey Mysterio is backed by his wife, a true wife, you know? Not like these a lot, I don't know, it's just how these, like, how the world nowadays, like, that's an issue where you don't really get backed by your wife not anymore, you know. They all like it's like back in the day when it was cool. But yeah, Rey Mysterio talked about how he was young, you know, he started and shit, you know, he started with his uncle, you know, Rey Mysterio Sr. But then, you know, like, he couldn't believe, like, you know, once when he started training, you know, he's thinking, like, you know, like, not going back, but then, like, he wondered why his uncle didn't check on him, but he went back, and it's like, oh, you know, his uncle told, you know, like, let it back in and told him, like, it's not going to be easy and all that kind of stuff. So, kind of showing that tough love a little bit, right? Talking about, you know, him growing up, him working a pizza shop, making pizzas, man, that's cool. You know, coming up, you know, thinking about, like, leaving school to go just wrestle, but, you know, all that kind of stuff. But, like, reality, he's, like, worried about leaving his wife, well, girlfriend at the time. Coming up the ranks, and then, you know, putting his trust in Conan. Conan basically helping him, treating him like a little brother and shit like that, which is fucking amazing. He even mentioned, like, how, you know, him and his wife when they always thank God, but second they thank Conan for the life they have, which is like, man, that's some fucking true like commitment, like true fucking appreciation, which is fucking amazing. Is beautiful, you know. Them honoring Conan and loving that what he did for them is fucking amazing. You know what I mean? So it's great to hear. It's great to fucking hear. You know. It's just like it just makes me love Conan even more. So it's like you wouldn't even think like again, I was thinking, why Conan? Why not like Batista or even both? But then now you wonder, like now you understand. You know what? Conan is the man, and Conan is perfect to induct fucking you know, Rey Mysterio, because based on because they've been in each other's lives since you know. So it's like, hell yeah, I loved it. I love it. It's the story was amazing. You know, and this is why I love the Hall of Fame. It's just, it's beautiful. It's amazing. I love it. I fucking love it. This is amazing. You know, Rey Mysterio then talks about how, you know, it obviously was rough for him because, you know, but that he broke barriers of the, you know, honoring the lucha libre. Obviously, and throughout his fucking, you know, speak, he was mentioning, you know, Spanish because, you know, he's Mexican at heart and all that kind of stuff, which obviously is hard to understand, but, you know, he's still talking good English, so, you know, it's good stuff. You know, talking about how, you know, he honored the Mexican tradition, how, you know, he broke barriers as a small guy, but he was given a chance, but he always thanks Conan for giving him how Rey Mysterio was given the chance where he could prove himself, and he basically blow it out of the water, you know, proving himself in ECW, WCW, and then making him known where WWE would hire him and broke the barrier to make him, you know, be pushed. Like he mentioned how his greatest achievement was winning the Royal Rumble, becoming the world champion, having all the matches he had, all the great stories with people like Batista, Undertaker, you know, Edge, Eddie Guerrero, obviously, you know, John, all these wrestlers that he faced. You know, obviously he could have mentioned a lot of wrestlers, but like, you know, he mentioned the most notable ones, obviously. But yeah, he mentioned like, you know, obviously he talked about Eddie, he talked about Conan, you know, he mentioned Dean Malenko, you know, people who were his good friends that helped him where he is today, and it's great. You know, it's fucking great. Like, in the end of the day, what a great induction ceremony. What a great way to honor Rey Mysterio. I did think, obviously, like, inducting Rey Mysterio when he's not retired yet, but, like, honestly, it makes sense to me now. Because, again, they're in California. California is where Rey Mysterio is. 619, that's the area code. And, you know, if you can't have a Hollywood star, I mean, they did induct Andy Kaufman, so, but at the end of the day, fuck it, Rey Mysterio, if you can't have, like, Batista or whatever, I do think Rey Mysterio, he should have been inducted into California. Hell yeah, fuck it, you know, I'm happy with it. And by the way, I saw the WrestleMania stage for WrestleMania 39, beautiful. That's one of the best stages they have. I will say that. One of the most beautiful stages. So, good job, WWE. You have, like, probably one of the best stages. Better than the recent WrestleManias, definitely. It's definitely one of the recent... I mean, last year was not bad either, so... But regardless, man, he thanked everybody. You know, he thanked his wife, Angie, his daughter, Aaliyah. He didn't mention Dominic, though. I mean, he didn't really mention Theory, but, like... You know, I guess, like, you know, because the whole keeping kayfabe type of deal, whatever. But it's just, like, wish, like, heck, maybe, like, hey, screw it. I would mention, like, no matter how the problems we have, I would mention you, Dominic, you know? They keep it like that. But in the end of the day, man, he said, thank you, adios, blah, 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 and, like, thank you so much. And he said thank you and all that kind of stuff. But, yeah. You know, it was great, you know, great talking about his story. His story was great. Great, like, you know, he is definitely one of the best to be inducted in the Hall of Fame as a headliner. I think this is like the first time we saw a small guy inducted being the headliner of a Hall of Fame. So he did broke the barrier. He did. He proved himself, and look at him, a small guy like him, to be. And he mentioned, I think, Andre the Giant. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but like, because I was trying to, I was before, like, in the first 5 minutes of the speech, I was busy doing something, but then I watched the entire speech, which I was like intrigued. You know, you see shit like this is like, is good about wrestling. You're intrigued. You don't care about using your phones or moving on, because it's like shit like this I care about and like love, you know. But Rey Mysterio, man, like, great story, man. Like a small guy like him in a big world, you know, and a small, you know, like the size of this guy, and he's able to be a Hall of Famer, a headline Hall of Famer with his achievements. So like, and a luchador. Most luchadors are not that entertaining, and like, hell yeah. So God bless Rey Mysterio, man. Great induction for him. Great speech. Thank you, Rey Mysterio. Thankfully, he's not like retired. He said, I think he said he's just getting started. So, you know, he's not done yet. But I mean, heck, if tomorrow was supposed to be his last match, I wouldn't mind it. You know, it's a great way to go out, even, or I mean, heck, even 1 year. You know, in the end of the day, man, Rey Mysterio had a great career, and I grow more appreciative. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. There were certain times with Rey Mysterio that I thought were boring and not intriguing. But majority, I did like Rey Mysterio, and he was definitely an inspiration for guys like me and everybody I know who are not like as tall as like a 6 feet guy or whatever to be in wrestling. Like even in amateur wrestling, it's hard to be a wrestler, no matter what. Especially when you face guys who are bigger than you in your same weight class. He's an example to overcome that and be the best wrestler you can. So, you know, or anything you do, he's an inspiration. He's a great wrestler. Like he's definitely the greatest luchador of all time. The guy who can cut promos and have a character. The guy deserves it, man. God bless Rey Mysterio. Congrats to everybody. Congrats to Stacy Keibler. You are, no matter what, you are entertaining. You should have been the world champion. I don't give a fuck. You should have been the world champion. She declined, by the way, to be a world champion. And guess what? That just shows how selfless she is compared to all these fucking disgusting she-beasts who want to make history, you know? God bless Andy Kaufman. I mean, Andy Kaufman's dead, but, you know, good for what he did for wrestling. He was a big wrestling fan, they mentioned. Freaking, God bless, you know, good for Great Muda. I'm not going to pretend I'm a big fan of Muda, but, like, good for him, what he done. God bless Tim White, rest in peace, obviously. Rest in peace, Andy Kaufman. And God bless Rey Mysterio. So 5 people really got inducted. You know, and it's not bad. You know, it's a good Hall of Fame for a Friday after SmackDown Hall of Fame. You know, I just wish obviously on a Saturday, but hey, honestly, fuck it. It's not like I'm doing anything right now. You know, I'm fasting for Ramadan. Well, I'm not fasting right now. It's the night, but you know, hey, they done good. You know, I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed, you know, just tonight in general. I enjoyed Friday night tonight. Because of the moment like this, you know, as a wrestling fan or whatever. So it's good stuff. Good way to start off Wrestlemania weekend, I guess, you know. So hey, yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, I love the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame was definitely the best thing of the weekend so far. I love the Hall of Fame. SmackDown was just whatever. But yeah, that's the show for you. God bless the legends, the now inductee legends. God bless them. God bless Conan too, because that was a great story. And just God bless the Nature Boy, Japan, you know, David Deaf. You know, we share, you know, I'm a trainer. I love Rick, man. Ric Flair rules. Oh man, it's gonna suck when he passes away one day. But yeah, God bless everybody. God bless Tori Wilson too. Like my lord. But man, I gotta say this. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not trying to hate on somebody. Like I love Mick Foley. I just remembered seeing this. My God, the guy got fat. I mean, don't get me wrong, Mick Foley has never been in great shape ever. But my God, the guy has gotten fatter than ever. Like, no wonder the guy did not walk, like, to, like, the... Like, holy shit. And it's not me trying to hate on Mick Foley, because I love Mick Foley, but, like, I hope he gets the help. Because that's not a way to live, man. Like... That's not healthy. I'm worried for Mick Foley, man. But yeah, God bless Mick Foley. Like, damn, the guy got him fucking that big. Like, fuck. Like, holy shit. The guy let himself go. Like, damn, man. Like, damn. I love you, man. Please, take care of yourself. Please. I don't want to see... I don't want you to fucking have an early grave, man. Come on. I love you, Mick. Please. Take care of yourself better. But yeah, that was the show for you. Good Hall of Fame. SmackDown was whatever, but hey, it's the build-up to WrestleMania. Not really a great build-up, though, but hey, it's whatever. At least, hey, that's WrestleMania weekend. Overall, that's how to say, people. That's my SmackDown Hall of Fame 2023 review. Our thoughts on this Hall of Fame itself. That's what I'm saying. Just keep real. Get your games closed. Make this by Miss Bitches Got Osho shit. And Stacy, keep like Tori Wilson. What's up? Until next time. Peace. Yeah, bye. God bless them, man. God bless them legs indeed. But God bless the entire body, man. That entire body was good, you know? Shit. You see, that's the service for being in the Hall of Fame. Oh, but they don't deserve. Who gives a fuck? Till next time. Peace. Yeah, bye.